Hello and welcome all to the next episode in my Pirate Lord series. In the last episode we have elevated the Kingdom of Man and we are now the great and terrible Pirate King, and today we start working towards our next goal, which is securing the High Kingdom of the North Sea. To do that, we need to control England, Denmark and Norway, at least their titles, and we need to completely control the North Sea Heartlands region, which is basically just Western Denmark and Norway and Eastern England. Creating the North Sea Empire will basically make it so that England, Denmark and Norway are all de jure part of it, and I think that works well with what we're going as the sort of rulers of the waves. I won't stop at just England, Norway and Denmark, of course. I will be wanting all of Britannia, maybe I'll take Sweden as well, and I want Frisia. So that's our next long-term goal. For now, we can enjoy the bonuses we got from elevating the Kingdom of Man. Our capital is now the highest development county in the area. Heck, maybe in all of Western Europe. Is it more developed than Paris? Yes, it is. Well, this is interesting. I could have sworn that, actually I'm pretty certain, that the elevating Isle of Man decision said it would turn all of our holdings feudal from tribal, and yet here the Earldom of Man is still tribal, and it won't even tell me what I need to build to make it feudal. Well, I guess I'll have to deal with it as time goes on. For now, what I'm looking to do is to just take England. This character is fairly old, but he has a few more years left in him. One of the things I want to do with him is create the Empire of Britannia. The first step to do that, I think, will be to do an invasion of a kingdom, i.e. England. Unfortunately, we do have a truce with them, so when that is up in some 4 years, that's what I'll do. In the meantime, I guess I'll take a few counties here and there. Cannot afford a legend though, so I will be ignoring that. Ulster has been conquered by a fellow Asatru. Oh yeah, she's one of the heirs of the Boneless. I was hoping to peacefully vassalize her, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen, so I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and this county here that they hold in England. Thank you very much. Also, if you remember last episode, crusades were a thing. And currently there's a crusade for Poland. They are still pagan, still ruled by a conqueror, but they are losing. Interesting, even though according to this they have more soldiers. But the crusades are no joke. And I myself am an unreformed pagan just like them. So unless I want to deal with crusades every 20 or 40 years or so, I need to reform and I need to get myself the Christian syncretism tenant. So that's another thing that we need to work towards. Oh, look at that, they're disembarking all of their troops into my army, whereas I have 7,700 special soldiers. Oh yeah, and with that disembarkation penalty in a castle where I will be defending, yeah, they are going to get absolutely annihilated here. Ooh boy, just like that we got a quick and easy 100% war score. Look at that, that's nice. And Cheshire is mine. And I can immediately go for Lancaster here. They're ruled by a child, and they're busy in multiple other wars, so yeah, they have no troops. This is just a formality at this point. Attacking them isn't going to be a war, it's just going to be a formality. There are still a couple of counties within de jure England that aren't controlled by either me or England, so I think I'll be taking those. Now this one is actually ruled by an Asatru. I'm pretty sure that I will be able to peacefully vassalize him. As soon as that negative 250 points from his realm being dissent from mine goes away, I will be able to vassalize him. Lothian, on the other hand, well, here we're going to need to go to war. Squash. Oh, nice, didn't even have to siege them down. Okay, even the game is telling me that I can feudalize the Isle of Man, but I can't do it, what the heck. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, wait, never mind. I just missed the button here, whoopsie poopsie. I thought that the button would be here. Okay, well, never mind. Then for just 200 gold, yeah, I can feudalize it. Okay, good, and I might as well start upgrading it. This is one of those counties that I probably will hold for the entirety of the playthrough. I might as well start expanding into Scotland then. Yoink. Nice, and now that I've expanded here, I actually border the Isles, the homeland, well, more or less homeland of the Everings, and he might be willing to accept my rule eventually, or I can just go ahead and declare another war. Nah, you know what, I think I'm going to leave them alone for now and go on a bit of a reading trip. You know, trying to upgrade the Isle of Man has reminded me of just how low-tech the Norse culture is. And I think I probably should just go ahead and hybridize with whoever I can, really. The best candidate for that are probably the Welsh. Luckily, I do have a pretty good steward, so I can just go ahead and get him to promote cultural acceptance, and when we hybridize with them, that will push us from the tribal innovations up to early medieval. I mean, look at that, we've only got 11 techs in tribal, whilst the Welsh, they've only got 8 apparently. And yet they are in the early medieval era, whereas we are not. What's up with that? Okay, I don't know if we will actually hybridize with the Welsh. Maybe we'll hybridize with someone else. Well, maybe the Anglo-Saxons. I mean, they aren't that much more advanced tech-wise, but there is more of them. I don't know. But speaking of Wales, now that we're a king and we don't have to be a duke, we can go ahead and start creating kingdom level titles for some extra prestige and legitimacy. Although that did eat all of my money. So we can only raise 3,400 raiders. I mean, we do have these special soldiers called pirate hordes, but come on man, we can't raise them to go raid, that would be just ridiculous. I mean, good pirates don't steal from others, you know. Ah, France. I feel like every time I raid, I'm just harvesting gold from them. I can even go inland and raid where I will take attrition, but the attrition is so low that it's totally worth it. Man, being a raider in this game is hella fun. Hella OP too. So we got 1200 gold from just a single raid campaign, and that's just the ransoms we got so far. And there's another 400 gold. And look, we can just go ahead and ransom even more people. Yeah, a cool 1700 gold, why not? There's still 12 months until my truce with England expires, but Lothian has had a succession ending my truce with them. So you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and take that while we're waiting for England. Yoink. Okay, so still 4 months until truce expires. Do I wanna take another county? No, you know what, I'll take a break. My character is a little stressed out at the moment, so let's have a nice, relaxing feast. Well, that wasn't very relaxing at all. I'm still stressed out, man. Oh dear, that's not a good sign. Well, I'm still in fine health despite the infirm trait, and I did go down quite a few perks in the Hall of Body tree, so I will know at least 1 year before the end. Well, that's one easy war. The English are too busy fighting their own civil wars to even bother dealing with me. I'm not complaining. Okay, I'm at 100% war score, but I might as well try and grab a couple more counties. Oh, my marshal wants to be a friend. Well, it will stress me out, but fine. Okay, that's enough. So now, what will I get when I enforce this demand? Okay, so yeah, literally just what I occupied plus the personal domain of the previous king. Okay, yeah, we're not done fighting wars in England. I absolutely do need to deal with all of these very, very angry Catholics and lollards, apparently. Is there anyone who's willing to give up their land without a fight? It looks like no. That's fine then. I'm perfectly willing and able to actually fight you. For just 20 negative opinion with my loyal vassals, and at the cost of some legitimacy, I get to get rid of all of these lords and Catholics. Yeah. Oh my god, I can't believe it. I was actually raising my troops where a random Kentian army was passing through, and now I'm actually going to lose that battle. Okay, hold on, I can do something. I can call in the Jomsvikings. They formed earlier. For just 130 piety, they can go ahead and save me here. Ho ho! And after just occupying their capital, I got lucky and captured the leader of the rebellion. And now everyone else just has to go ahead and surrender. And that gets rid of all my disloyal vassals, except for the Duke of Cornwall. He decided not to rebel for whatever reason, although his wife sees for some reason in my dungeons. But yeah, he's either very smart or very cowardly. Or maybe he's just irrational, who knows. Okay, England is properly mine. I could raise another runestone, but I've had enough of those. I think I'm just going to leave it for now. Now, this guy. This guy does not want to be my vassal just yet. What if I bribe him? Okay, that has stressed me out even more, and this guy still doesn't want to be my vassal at normal feudal obligations. What duchy is he a part of? He's a part of Mercia. Well, I guess I could just take him at low obligations and then bury him under a duke level vassal. Yeah, that way he can pay lower taxes to him. Yeah, you know what, that's a good option, I think. So absolutely you can go ahead and have low feudal obligations. Also, I don't want either of these negative stress traits. Now I can bury you under a vassal in Mercia. Who's a good candidate to be the ruler of all of Mercia? Oh, I didn't even realize there's this guy who's in my prison and of the wrong faith. Goodbye, sir. This guy is good enough, I think. Congratulations, Jarl of Mercia. Okay, now my next thing to do is to form the Empire Britannia. I need 8 more counties to do that. That shouldn't be a problem. Oh, hello. Alba exists. It's controlled by yet another Ivarin Conqueror. Oh my god. Wait, no, sorry, this is the old Ivarin Conqueror. Never mind. For a second I thought that they lost the Conqueror trait and then got it again. But no. Queen Cyrek actually managed to keep it, even though I brought her to just ruling one county for a time there. But yeah, I think I'm going to need to beat on them a little bit more. But that's for later. For now, I really do need to get rid of some stress, I don't wanna die. So if feasting doesn't get rid of too much stress for us, we could go on a hunt. Except we can't because we are infirm. Okay, that's really annoying. What do I do then? Do I have a funeral? I don't even know who I would have a funeral for. Can I legitimately just have a random funeral? Yes, I can. I have no idea who this man is. That funeral really got rid of a lot of stress. That was a good idea. Oh yeah, there goes all my stress. And I got 400 piety as well as a lot of legitimacy. Man, I should go to funerals more often. And in the game too. Okay, I did just remember something. We can't actually become the Emperors of Britannia because in order to secure the High Kingdom of the North Sea, we can't actually be an Emperor level. Okay, so we will be remaining as kings, and we will need to conquer Norway and Denmark without actually becoming emperors. Okay, fine, we can do that. But I do need to see to my succession. If we aren't going to be emperors, then there's a good chance my realm will split, and I don't want that. So taking a look at our succession, we lose Wales and England, so basically everything except the Isle of Man itself. Now, our eldest son is our heir. He has decent stats, he's a brilliant strategist, he's diligent, but he's also compassionate, so that's probably not a good trait for a pirate king, and he will be very stressed out. Minus 50% stress loss from diligent plus all the stress we'll be getting from being compassionate and a raider. Yeah, that's not going to be good for him, but I think we can deal with it. And yeah, as for succession, yeah, I don't really have any good ideas on how I can deal with it, so you know what? Here's how we're gonna deal with it. We have these pirate hordes that will be inherited on succession, so we'll just use that to reconquer everything from our brothers. There you go. And who said succession in this game was complicated? But this character does have a good amount of piety. It would be nice if we could reform Asatru with him. To do that, we just need to conquer 2 more holy sites. Now, we do also need the profit perk for that negative 50% faith reformation cost, but we can just reset our perks and take them out of Hall of Body and put some of them into Theologian, and boom, instant profit. So, in order to take the 2 holy sites, well, I can do one easy enough by just doing a conquer CB on Sweden. There we go, that's this duchy. As for the other, well, we could either wait for our truce with Sweden to expire or maybe attack Germany. I don't think we can take Kiev, which is the 5th holy site of our faith. Yeah, they're way too far away. But Germany, we can't do that either because the holy site duchy isn't anywhere near us. Okay, so we're gonna have to go to war with Sweden twice. Now, I'm thinking probably not a bad idea to try and get rid of King Arnbjorn, but it's not looking like we'll have a chance of succeeding. Okay, then it's a matter of outliving him, basically. We're almost 70 years old, and so is he. But he has the strong trait and he already has the whole of body perk, whereas I still have a couple of perks to go towards it. Well, if we just survive 5 years, that will be good enough as well. Man, really unfortunate that we got the infirm trait. It really feels like every time my character gets to like 60 or even 50, I get the infirm trait. Okay, so Sweden. They are actually fairly powerful. They're allied to Denmark, to Lubeck, and to these guys. Oh man, I'm not even sure we can just easily win a war. Yeah, look at that, they have 10,000 troops. But you know what? Egil is a master commander, you know what? I believe in him. So yeah, let's do it. We won't take the Duchy Norway, we'll take Upland. Oh, it looks like they hired some mercenaries over here. Yeah, let's annihilate them immediately. We can just do a naval invasion and just delete them. Oh yeah. Oh, I should have seen this coming. The freaking Anglo-Saxon peasants. I mean, I could convert to Catholicism, that would actually solve my trouble with Catholics, but no. I need to deal with them the way you're supposed to deal with peasants. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. I'm going to try and win the Sweden war first. Actually, you know what? Some of my vassals have risen up to try and help me defeat these peasants, and what I can do is hire the Jomsvikings in addition to a mercenary company, and that should... well, maybe they can't destroy all of the peasants themselves, but they can certainly destroy a few stacks here and there. For example, these guys, unfortunately disembarking straight into me. Oh, that did not go well. Let's see if we can delete a few more stacks. Another one bites dust. Can these guys, in addition to all my vassals, maybe put down these 5,500 guys here? The game is saying probably yes, so you know what? Let's do it. Oh my god, the game lied to me? No? Oh no, okay. We're close. If I hire just one more mercenary company, then maybe. Okay, I'll spring for a more expensive one. The Norsegail Band of Buchan, why not? Get in there, help them! There, yes, okay, that was close. And now those mercenaries can help me against the Swedes, who are chilling over here in Sund, not daring to attack me. Ho ho! Sweden is trying to besiege some of their stuff. That's not going to go well for them, despite their numerical superiority. Oh good, I'm going to attack them here while they are still recently disembarked. And they don't even have any defensive bonuses. Oh, that's going to go bad for them. Not so bad, mind you. Not as bad as I would have hoped, but still pretty bad. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay, only 1700 killed on their side, but still that's a victory for me. And I'm now even being reinforced by my mercenaries. Yeah, this war is more or less won, I think. Let's go for round 2, baby! Oh, now they left their ally to get absolutely stack wiped. Oh, that was not a good move, Sweden, especially since you did not manage to get away from me. And again, they're doing pretty fine. Oh yeah, their commander is very good, better than me even. Who is this? Captain Anna of the Majestic Bandits. She only has 370 troops, but man, that 22 Marshal is what's really sparing them from having even worse losses. I just need to occupy this county here, and that should be the war won. Interesting, I'm getting ticking war score, even though I don't control the entire target duchy. I wonder why that is. Maybe because I control most of it. Yeah, that's probably it. Okay, and there goes the last county. Nice, giving me one more holy site. And now if I can just survive for 5 years for the truce to expire, or maybe if I just get lucky and this guy keels over, we can go ahead and take the third holy site and reform our faith. Okay, so Britannia is already completely ruled by the Asatru basically. We rule Wales and England. Alba over here, ruled by an Asatru conqueror, also controls half of Ireland, and the other half is split between Asatru Jarls and Catholics. No, sorry, not Catholics, the Slavic pagans, of course. Yeah, and every single one of these counties and duchies is ruled by Asatru. Meanwhile, the King of Sweden has converted to Catholicism, so basically our homeland is now ruled by the Catholics. Yeah, and the trouble is they're going to have a very easy time converting the peasants to Catholicism, while we absolutely cannot be converting the peasants to Asatru as we are unreformed. That's what I'm trying to fix here. Oh man, I just need to fight one more war with Sweden and we can settle this. Ho ho! And I was not even following what was going on with the Crusades here, but it looks like Poland did eventually manage to fight off the Catholics and they went on and formed Westphalia. Good for them. Carpathia, meanwhile, even though it hasn't disintegrated, is no longer ruled by a conqueror, so it looks like the tables have turned over here in Central Europe. The Wessexians have been kicked out of Wessex. England has been totally taken from them. I think it's time we put them out of their misery. Oh, and while I'm sieging them down, I got the whole of body perk. Okay, good. I've only got 21 more months on my truce with Sweden, and yeah, I am now in fine health again, despite being infirm and 75 years old. Okay, so things are looking like I might just survive this. Well, by this I mean survive long enough to reform Asatru with this character. Oh, and the so-called Arbjorn the Stout is conversely not doing so well at all. Oh dear, cancer, aggravated wound, bad omen. And also he's fighting the Westslavians, although he is winning, so good on him for that, I guess. What? Boiling anger? You might be a king, Egil, but you are also some sycophant. What the heck, man? I'm randomly rivals with my heir. Oh, never mind then, I guess I can just bury the hatchet all of a sudden. What the heck is going on, man? One of us is insane. Okay, well, this guy is irritable, so maybe he lost his cool or something. Well, well, it looks like that the King of Sweden couldn't survive long enough. Not only that, but his heirs are Asatru again. Okay, good. Since I'm so close to reforming Asatru and making sure that we sort of get entrenched, it would be a real shame if in the last few years all of a sudden all of Scandinavia is Catholic. But anyway, more importantly for us now is that we no longer have a truce and we can go ahead and take this county here, the last holy site we need to reform our faith. Once again going to do a naval invasion, and conveniently this time the county I want is also their capital, so that's going to give us a nice little bit of extra war score when we occupy it. Oh, they wanna try and counter-siege me, eh? Well, that's actually not a bad tactic, as I really don't feel like sailing all the way back with my troops. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and hire some more mercenaries. These cheap Cumbrians will do just fine, I think. Oh yeah, especially since they're recently disembarked. Nice, that gets us all the way up to 93%. As soon as we occupy this county, we're done. There we go. We can go ahead and reform our faith. Now, taking a look at our Asatru faith, it's saying we need 5000 piety, but that will be reduced to something manageable when we take the prophet perk. What else do I want to change? Now, as I said, I do want to be syncretic with the Catholics, so I'll change the blood tenant to Christian syncretism. We don't need blood. All that human sacrifice is not going to go over well with our new Catholic friends. And instead of the warmonger tenant, I'll go with pursuit of power. It's more or less the same thing, except we don't get an at peace penalty with pursuit of power, as we do with warmonger. And we'll keep patron gods, as that's just a cool tenant. I do wanna keep pluralist, we want to be friends with our Catholic neighbors. Yeah, we can stay with no head of faith. Yeah, we can stay with theocratic clergy. I don't want to change any of this. So when we take the prophet perk, that will be 3450 piety. So we do still need a little bit more in the piety department. As I do have the Know Thyself perk, I know I'm not going to die in at least a year, so I guess I could spend some time going on pilgrimages to gather the necessary piety. Oh hey, one pilgrimage later, and I can go ahead and choose to lose the gallows bait trait. Oh no, I've earned that trait. Okay, I'm a religious icon, I have enough piety to reform. First I need to reset my perks so I can get the prophet perk. Oh, that also reset my martial lifestyle perks. Alright, well, we're not going to need them anymore, probably. I guess I'll put the martial perks in the overseer tree. Now, as for my learning, well, we do need the prophet perk. And the rest, is there a point in putting it onto the whole of body tree? We won't get the whole of body perk. Yeah, we are literally dying right now. Yeah, I might as well put everything into theologian, why not? Yeah. And before I do die, I'd say it's time to reform. It says only 11 out of my 38 vassals will convert. That is slightly worrying, you know, but I guess we'll have to deal with that. Alright, reform faith, and with that, Asatru barely exists, everything is old Asatru. I guess it's time I start converting my new land to my new faith. And yeah, now it is significantly faster, but still extremely slow, damn. And can we talk about this guy, King Agil the Great and Terrible? He started with nothing. He went on to become a pirate king, and now he reformed the Asatru faith. This guy has lived. And now it's time for him to die. There he goes. So out of the 80 years of life, we've played him for 78. Man, I think that's the longest I've had any single character in any game ever. And now, King Thorolf takes over, and he only rules this one island with some land on the mainland over here. Now, in a lot of ways, it looks like we're in the same position we were at the start of the episode. But we have reformed our faith, we have claims on England and Wales, and we have a dream. So join me next time for that. My name has been Michael, and goodbye.